Hey, folks, how are you? Phil Davis, Ancestry Lands, ancestryllands.com. Folks, did you hear the news? Breaking new news, folks. Andrew Tate is out. Him and his brother Tristan are out. Yes, they are free men now. Although, let's hold it up. They are free out of the detention center. If you don't know Andrew Tate, social media influencer, he's been hot on the scene since the late passing of Kevin Samuels. After that, he's been brought up into the foray. Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan Tate are now out of the Romanian detention that they have been locked up in for the now last 2.5 months. They were released just last night or earlier today, depending on which time zone you're in, and they are now on house arrest, folks. Yes, house arrest. That is true. So it begs to ask the question: is this the return of the Tate brothers? Their release, although very quiet under the radar, we've got everything from Trump going on to reparations in San Francisco. It kind of fell under the radar, folks. Let's just look at here, and we got, as you can see, the brothers have now spoken out about their house arrest that they're now currently on. Let's see right here now. Let's get this story right now here. I'm going to read it to you here. This is coming from some of our, I guess, is the BBC here. It says Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan Tate have moved to house arrest, folks. This comes by Robert Prummer from the BBC News. The controversial social media influencer Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan have been moved from custody to house arrest following a ruling by a Romanian judge. Now, if you know and follow the story, they've been accused of such things as trafficking and other things of nefarious nature, which is yet to be substantiated or proven in a court of law. They've been held for a couple of months now in Romanian detention, and now they have been released under house arrest. So, again, two associates also, in addition to the Tate brothers, Georgianian Nagal and Luana Radu, have also been released. So there were four people that originally were taken in with the Tate brothers, two extra people, and all four have been ordered to stay in the building where they live unless they have a judicial permission to leave. A spokeswoman for the State brothers told the BBC the brothers were ecstatic after being released. That we'll show you here. Andrew posted a video on social media of himself pacing in a room while smoking a cigar. I mean, folks, for a man who's not been yet proven, he's not been judged by his peers. This has been a main thing in the main news stream, main social media stream. I'm sure that's coming. Brought to you here by ancestrylands.com. Why are we talking about it? Because it's news that matters, folks. What has happened to the Tate brothers pretty much could be a premise of what could happen to any social media influence that gets to the top, the pinnacle, where they are all over, widely known. As you know, Andrew Tate has gone on a show with Piers Morgan where he was interviewed, or in order to kind of defend himself. And there's two different polarizing views on Andrew Tate as a whole. Is he a person that's divisive, that is calling for the separation or the increasing divide between male and female? Or is Andrew Tate someone that is really telling men to start becoming men again, make men great again? Is he we see stories now? Piers Morgan apparently has talked about the many men that are being left behind, boys being left behind in society, men not returning back to the workforce. He seemed to have criticized Andrew Tate at one point, putting his feet to the fire, but yet now he's taking some of his same talking points. The hypocrisy of it all. That is something that bothers me the most, is seeing Piers Morgan challenge some of the things that Andrew Tate has championed before. And again, I have two sons as well. I want them to grow up to be men, not males. I want them to grow up to be men. When I say not males, is that not all males are men. And that is something that Andrew seemed to have prided himself on. And we're not talking about men being the anti parts of society, but men being the strong leaders of the world that we always have been. And again, why should women progress for the sake of men? They should progress in conjunction with men, but it should not be men are now downtrodden and second place citizens in society to women's empowerment. I completely disagree with that. Let's read on. What we're saying now here, he's pacing in a 3-meter cell with zero electronics and outside contacts, out absolute clarity of mind, real thoughts, real plans, vivid pain. 1 hour home and I can't stand my phone. This is words from Andrew himself, as he was sitting in his jail cell for a number of months. 4 months without putting a pair of alligator shoes on. The struggle was real. That's Tristan. Yo, can we get shout out to Tristan? 4 months without them gators on. I hear you, folks. Oh, I'm sorry. They've been detained since December, so it's been about 4 months with investigations on allegations of, won't say this word, but you know what it is: graping, people trafficking, and a form of organized crime. Both have denied wrongdoing. Lawyers for the Take have argued that they've been keeping in a preventative custody was unnecessarily harsh, while other judicial options, such as house arrest, were available. So again, house arrest was available for them, but again, we saw that they were denied any bail, any bond. And again, Romanian judicial system is not akin to the U.S., where the judge can simply deny these things. They did not need to have, presidents. The same legal proceedings are not the same as they are in the United States. So again, you have to caution yourself when you are in other countries. You cannot expect the same courtesies that you have when you're dealing with the U.S. based law system. So again, um, the brothers have been detained since December. Leaked court documents seen by the BBC outline testimony from alleged victims claiming to be forced to earn 10,000 euros, or I don't know what's actually your Romanian denomination, a month on social media platforms under alleged threat of physical violence. And we have seen some alleged text messages from the young females going back and forth, creating what some kind of plan or whatever else. So they said they were threatened by the Tate brothers. And again, a threat Tate workers threatened with violence, victim claims. However, no charges have been brought against the brothers or the two Romanian assistants who were arrested alongside them. In 2016, Andrew Tate, a British American kickboxer, was removed from the British TV show Big Brother. That's where they say he got his start. And he went on to gain notoriety online, with Twitter banning him for saying women should bear some responsibility for being, violated in a certain terms, which he did restate. Despite social media bans, he gained proper popularity. He's been amongst the number one search people on many platforms, including this one, YouTube. He's got tons of shorts out there, and him and his brother now are safe in the Romanian estate. And we can see here, this is a video of Andrew. I'm going to post this up here for people to see here. And again, we're going to ask the question: is justice being served? I'm going to show you this video real quick, folks. Up here, he's pacing, smoking his cigar. Folks, this is a man who is in now his own. He's been through a lot. He's been through the world turning against him. This is a man who's taken a moment to, still in good physical condition. No, I'm not gonna be in there. But again, he's kept himself in some physical shape. And this is a man who's relieving his mind, taking in the ordeal he's been over for the last 4 months. I can only imagine. I want to also say something here that people are missing while we talk about Andrew at the foray of things. I want to talk about something just briefly that most people are missing: brotherhood. When I say brotherhood, folks, I'm talking about his brother Tristan. Many of us don't have a brother that's worth a damn in this world, that wouldn't ride with us in the way that Tristan is written with Andrew. Tristan is not, at least from my understanding, has not been someone that has hogged the limelight. He's let his brother be at the forefront, and he seems to always be his right hand. Many of you nowadays or out there have so many problems with your siblings, brothers who are not there to support, brothers you've looked out for time and time again. And is this not a good symbol or semblance of ride or dieism between brothers, real brotherhood? And I think that's something that I see that touches my heart, is seeing a brother ride for his brother, staying, going through the forefronts and not just throwing them to the wolves. That's the part that touches me more, as I'm sure their late father would be proud of the brothers going through an ordeal where they are sticking together. And you just don't see that. You don't see brothers, Tristan riding with Andrew. A lot of brothers don't do that. A lot of you may hate your brother. A lot of your brother may not be worth his he may not be worth his salt. But what I look at and see with these brothers is that they could not be destroyed by whatever is coming for them, whatever the world is trying to do to destroy the Tate brothers, their names, their reputation. We see brothers in bond. And that's the thing that's most important here, folks. Again, the brothers are out. They are under house arrest for a undisclosed amount of time, folks. You've heard it here first, Ancestry Lands. Phil Davis, folks, you can always donate to the show, $ Ancestry Lands, ancestrylands.com, where you can find property. That's something that I like that Andrew did talk about is the ownership of land, property, building things that men should be focused in on. We're too much focused on women, and we're not focused on building ourselves up to be of value like Andrew did, where he could demand a certain quality in his life, folks. I think that's the most important part. Just a quick hit. Enjoy your weekend Saturday, April 1st. Happy April 1st, folks. Again, if you just heard the news, the Tate brothers are out, released on house arrest. Andrew smoking a stogie cigar, for those who don't know. That's something to be celebrated. And salute to the honorable mention, man. Undisclosed Tristan Tate, man. Honestly, man, you probably have a person like that that is not related to you that rides for you that way. How many of us could say we have a brother like Tristan that would go to jail for 4 months with us, be our backbone, our right hand? Everybody likes the Game of Thrones. Tristan is my MVP because again, it's one thing for one man to go through something. It's another thing for his brother to ride with him. Brothers in blood and bond. That's something that men should take forward with them is being bonded as brothers, as the Tates are. They're in a house arrest. I think Tate Andrew's going to keep a lower profile right now. That would be wise, in my opinion. I'm not giving him any legal advice, so they can have some discovery and see where this is going. But right now, I want to congratulate him for returning home. Right now, he's presumed innocent until proven guilty. I'm going to operate under that scope under the judicial system and celebrate that the brothers are home and not in a detention center, as they've had everything taken away from them. The cars, the Lamborghinis have been all taken into police custody, used to prosecute the Tates. And we're seeing this now that him and his brother are home, safe and alive. They weren't Epstein in the detention center. And again, I think this is a lesson on following course and how to prevent getting into these legal forays, this debacle that we're seeing. Until he is proven guilty, I'm going to operate under the fact that every person is deserving of the burden of proof to say that they're guilty. And if he is guilty, then he'll get what's coming to him. For right now, he's not been tried amongst his peers and proven guilty. He's presumed innocent in the American court system. I'm an American. I'm going to operate under that one because, again, there's too much public opinion that is proving people guilty rather than the legal system proving people guilty themselves. But again, shout out to the MVP, Tristan, man. We need more brothers like him in the world. That's my stuff, folks. Phil Davis, Ancestry Lands, ancestrylands.com. If you like the video, leave a comment. We've got more. Follow us on our channel, YouTube, Ancestry Lands, ancestrylands.com. Get yourself into land ownership, folks. Build your wealth now before the you know who's come and take it all from you. All right. Take care, folks. Have a great weekend. Phil Davis signing out. Peace.